right, so Diddy connections. I gotta tell you, I've never paid this much attention to Diddy, not in my entire life. Even when he was at the height of his fame, he just never quite did it for me. I thought the way he rapped over recycled beats was kind of lame, and he was never the best rapper in the world anyway. So it's not like anybody was clamoring to hear what he had to say. So this feels a little weird to me. I started going down this rabbit hole thinking it was going to be a quick trip, but it ended up turning into something so complex that I had to turn it into a two-part series. And honestly, I don't really like talking about people. I'm not the gossipy type, and that's probably why I ended up approaching this subject the way that I did. We're going to break down what we know so far in regards to the Diddy connections. Part one will be speculating on potential co-conspirators, who's going down with Diddy. And in part two, we're going to have a look at potential victims. Now, there are a lot of names that come up in association with the Diddy case, many of whom we all know, but there are a few that might surprise you. I mean, they surprised me. But let's start off with an overview of everything that's believed so far.
Deuce, did you hear Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex-wife, had her memoir released?
I heard it's a real page turner.
No one knows if she actually wrote this book or not. So everything you're about to hear, it could be true, it might not be true. So Kim Porter first met the diabolical brother Diddy while working at Uptown Records.
The diddler.
They're together for a year and a half when Diddy insists that he wants Kim to peg him.
What?
Kim replies, isn't that you and Clive Davis's thing? Clive Davis is the man that put him in charge.
Oh, shit.
Diddy got his job with no songwriting abilities, can't play an instrument, barely can rap. So how did he get his job?
Because he could throw that ass. Diddy already had a boy toy that was doing that for him. She didn't want to have to do it too. I respect that, Kim.
And shout out to the good sister Amanda Rollins. I'm recapping her recap.
Thank you, Mandy.
Mary J. Blige comes into the picture.
Oh, no.
Diddy admits that he hooked up with Mary J. Blige. All three of them eventually entangle as well.
Oh, Diddy had a threesome with Mary J. and Kim Porter.
For this, she was married to a big shot, Al Shore.
I'll be sure.
One day, Kim Porter came home. Diddy is at the table with Al B. Shore. Al suggests that they all have a threesome. That goes down, but eventually the threesome dwindles down to just a twosome between the fellas.
Kim Porter fell off the bed and Diddy and Al just kept going. King freak off, man.
So shortly after that, Kim is perusing around the house. She finds a secret vault with all the tapes of the alleged freak-offs.
Oh, so she found the mother lode.
Kim was with Diddy, but they were more or less in an open relationship since he likes to fuck dudes. She started seeing Tupac.
That's a nice pull. Thank you, Kim.
They're all together, and Diddy asked Tupac, who do you think can slang it better?
Between them two? Trying to be like, yo, my dick game's better, yo. You gotta prove it to me if you think yours is better.
And then one day, Kim Porter walks into the studio and alleges that she hears Diddy arranging the hit on Tupac. He said, no one's leaving that studio alive.
Oh, shit. This is fucking sad. This is like out of a movie.
She reveals the previous time Diddy had put hands on her was when she had a little too much fun with Jamie Foxx.
Oh.
Why is that an issue? You also had your fun with Jamie Foxx.
Oh, shit. Diddy got a little envious. Little Anita. Some Luther Vandross.
There is the rumor that Jamie Foxx hosts nude basketball games at his house.
Oh, did you see the fucking footage of the basketball court at Diddy's crib with the beds on the court? What the fuck could that be for?
So this book was allegedly released by one of her close friends. She was afraid of releasing it before he was put away.
I mean, you only write shit down because you want people to know about it, right?
She alleged that the Seans, Sean Carter, Sean Combs, Jay-Z, they would be in bed together from time to time.
Now they're throwing Jay-Z into this? I might have to draw the line there.
She overheard Jay-Z saying he was tired of being second fiddle to Biggie and more or less gave Diddy the go-ahead to go through with the execution.
I don't want to believe that, but God damn it. Hollywood's gonna blow up when this shit all comes to light. Every single celebrity we know is either gonna be in jail or their reputation completely ruined.
So Quincy Jones' daughter confronts Diddy at an award show about his potential hit on Tupac. She gets up, goes to the bathroom, and Diddy allegedly pees in her ginger ale.
Why the hell would he pee in her ginger ale? Some freak shit. Him and R. Kelly deserve each other.
He was fucking Jada, looked into the other room that Diddy was in, and saw Diddy and the power of will.
Now Will Smith is in it too? Shocks me a little bit.
Scientologist.
I didn't know he was a Scientologist.
She overheard Diddy saying that this beef is very lucrative,
East Coast, West Coast.
but it's getting out of hand.
Certain point, two bodies.
But if people aren't loyal to him, he can't offer them protection anymore.
Oh, and Biggie was leaving Bad Boy.
She said that Biggie and Tupac were leaving their individual labels and forming one together.
Oh, shit.
Which would give credence to the fact that maybe Diddy and Suge Knight worked together to kill both of them off. Kim Porter said she overheard Diddy saying Biggie's worth more to me dead than alive.
Now the math is mathing a little too much.
Diddy called Kim Porter, said, you're gonna see me start dating a video girl, a video vixen, don't worry. It's just a cover up for my sexuality.
J-Lo. Jennifer from the block.
Diddy's the only one that never left J-Lo.
Oh, you just dropped a fucking bar there. That makes so much sense. This is probably the madame of the fucking freak off.
He would come to Kim Porter's house. She was afraid he would kill her. He said, don't worry. If I were to kill you, no one would know.
Spoken like a man who's done it before.
She died in her mid-40s of pneumonia.
Doesn't happen often. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's a little fishy considering everything else going around in this criminal fucking mastermind Diddy.
Kim Porter alleges that Diddy used Faith Evans simply as a pawn to spy on Biggie and have control over him.
So Diddy put Faith Evans in Biggie's life as a plant, as an undercover. This is some dark shit, bro.
Now it really gets disgusting.
Oh no.
Kim Porter became pregnant with Diddy's baby, and Diddy goes, perfect. Everyone's gonna wanna have sex with you with the freak-offs now. He would set her up to have sex while pregnant with his cohort of celebrities because it was an energy transfer. They would get the energy from the new baby.
This has gotten to a place where I don't even feel comfortable joking about it. Really nasty. Diddy's crib is like the fucking Red Keep.
Kim Porter took a meeting with a Hollywood producer. Diddy did not like that. A few months later, Hollywood producer, dead of pneumonia.
The Hollywood producer died of pneumonia too? What the fuck?
In fact, Kim Porter said whenever she dated anyone else, suspicious pneumonia diagnosis.
By death?
So she starts sleeping with Diddy again because she knows where the tapes are, and she slowly makes it a mission, sleep with him, go to the vault, copy the tapes, put them up on a cloud. And then she says that she found tapes of Bieber, Bow Wow, and Usher.
Oh my God, so he was going for the young superstars when they were young.
Later on, her home was raided for the tapes, but they were in the cloud, stupid.
Thought ahead.
The ending of the book, she's writing that I'm not feeling well. I'm about to go to the hospital. I needed to write this down just in case anything happens to me. If anything did happen to me, you know who caused it.
Oh my God, this is a smoking gun.
Now, people are also recirculating the fact that Diddy and Jamie Foxx got into some sort of scuffle. Jamie Foxx, mysterious coma for months. No one knows what happened.
Holy shit, that did happen to Jamie. We was wondering what happened to him. So we almost lost Jamie because of Diddy?
It's unclear if she wrote this book, if even 5% of this information is correct. Holy shit.
At least half of that shit is true. What a sick fuck. This shit is not even funny anymore.
You will never see the light of day again.
Yeah, man, this fucking sick. Cat Williams was right all along. Fucking psycho-ass Diddy, man. I'll see you on Cell Block Freak.
No Rico, Deuce. This the Freako.
As you can see, the story stretches into some very dark territory. As Gene Deal put it, this is way bigger than Diddy.
It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around, give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Yeah, we see you, Eric Adams. Did you know that Prince Harry was named in a lawsuit filed by Little Rod Jenkins? Funny, because I think I remember Jaguar Wright saying something about him too.
I'm gonna tell you who I believe is on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Yeah, he playing hide the hot dog.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I know Beyonce got a tape.
Ooh.
I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak off film. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians. And the royals that were on that tape. And I'm still trying to figure out when Harry and Meghan are gonna be honest about their freak off tape.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really wants to talk about the fact that the royal family had many time at Diddy party, especially that weirdo uncle.
Now, much of what we're learning stems from the infamous so-called Diddy parties. Many celebrities profess their awe and admiration for the way Diddy could throw a party. Let's have a look down memory lane.
Call them modest get-togethers, others hedonistic romps. For the next 53 seconds, we'll take an in-depth look inside Diddy parties.
Diddy once threw a party on a jet flying around the world. Now, it started on a Tuesday and somehow ended on the previous Sunday. I don't know how he did that.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Well, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party.
Well, what happened?
Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup.
Yep.
D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow.
Man, he had a whole bunch of pimp cups.
He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook, a Diddy party or a Diddy after party, or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
The Diddy party legend continues tonight at 8 p.m. 7 Central.
It's also noteworthy that a lot of these celebrities that are associated with Diddy, including Diddy, all endorse Kamala Harris, but I digress. Ashton Kutcher is a name that comes up a bit, right? In a 2019 interview, he said he couldn't even talk about Diddy parties.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Feel like
Well, we still have some time to go, you know, I can blow it here.
Okay. Feel free. Diddy party stories. Man, that was like some weird memory lane. Ugh.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis getting divorced. Alright guys, the rumor is that Ashton and Mila have separated in preparation for all of the dirt that's about to surface involving Ashton at the Diddy parties. Diddy, Ashton, Mila, Demi Moore, Danny Masterson. There's so much to all of this, so stay with me. Let's start in 2002 with the Rosie O'Donnell interview.
And she was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
He was my first kiss. What's someone bet you made with Danny about our first kiss? I've never kissed a guy, so I was so, I mean, you know, Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life. Sure. Then Danny goes and goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet going.
Yeah.
Like,
Which was?
It wasn't very
as to whether or not, you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use to.
First of all, Ashton said he was like 19. No, he was 20 when they were filming. Second, at one point he claimed he didn't know Mila's age at the time of filming that kiss. That's a lie. Third, Danny Masterson said what? Not surprised. Then, next year in 2003, Ashton and Diddy meet. Ashton said, quote, we became fast friends. We would watch football together all the time. So Ashton started attending the Diddy parties in 2003. Now fast forward to 2005, Ashton and Demi Moore get married. Ashton continues to attend the Diddy parties, sometimes with Demi Moore. At this point, he's been smack dab right in the middle of all the freak-offs for about 6 consecutive years. Now fast forward to 2009, Ashton co-founded the anti-child abuse organization named Thorn. But was it all for show? Was he trying to preemptively throw off the scent of what he was up to at the freak-offs? Now fast forward to 2011. Ashton and Demi Moore announced their split. Then in 2015, Ashton and Mila get married. Now let's jump to 2019. Demi Moore releases her book and she shares a lot of tea. She said Ashton makes her have threesomes. She said Ashton forces her to drink or use, forcing her out of sobriety. And lastly, Ashton cheated on her multiple times. In this same year, Ashton does an interview And during the interview, he's asked about his relationship with P. Diddy, more specifically about the parties. Ashton sits there looking off into space, thinking out loud. He's like, yeah, those parties, well, I can't share that actually. I can't share that as well. No, I guess I can't disclose that either. And then he ends his thought by saying this.
Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
Now jump to 2023, Danny Masterson heads to trial for, doing something horrible to two women. Well, Ashton and Mila decided to write long, heartfelt character letters to the judge saying they considered Danny to be a great role model. Unbelievable. That doesn't do any good for Danny or Ashton. And Danny is sentenced to 30 years to life. Now, knowing what we know about Danny and what he did, why would Ashton write this letter to the judge? Is it because Ashton has a ton of skeletons in his closet that Danny knows about? And he came to bat for Danny to show him that he had his back and to remind him to not speak to anybody about anything? I think so. Obviously, Ashton and Mila got a lot of heat for these letters, and then Ashton steps down as chairman of the board of Thorn. And finally comes 2024, Diddy's home gets raided, thousands of freak-off tapes are confiscated by the FBI, and Ashton has been laying low more than ever. Ashton, until you share all of those details you couldn't disclose in that interview about what went down at these freak-offs, I believe you're just as slimy as Diddy and Danny.
Hey, does anyone remember when Brittany Murphy was dating Ashton Kutcher and they were hanging out with like P. Diddy a lot? And then does anyone remember that Brittany Murphy like died from pneumonia, but then they did an autopsy and they found out that it was rat poison? And then they also did an autopsy on like her creepy husband and they found out that it was also rat poison. And then P. Diddy's ex-wife, Kim Porter, she also died from pneumonia and they had the same coroner that Brittany Murphy had. And then also, do you guys remember that the house that Brittany Murphy died in, Britney Spears actually first bought that house and she was like, there's a really weird like energy in this house, like I don't like it, I want to sell it. And they were like, Britney Spears, like you just bought this house, like you can't sell it. And she was like, well, there's really bad energy, I don't like it. And they're like, okay, well we can get like an exorcist and like a priest in here. And they did that and they cleared all the bad energy and she was like, still bad juju, don't like this house, have to sell it. And they were like, you just bought it. And she was like, don't care, I'm Britney Spears, we're selling the house. And they were like, okay, Brittany. So she sold the house. And who did she sell it to? Brittany Murphy. And then Brittany Murphy died in that house. And then do you guys also remember that like after Brittany Murphy died, her mom like took all of her stuff and like sold everything, like including her underwear? That was kind of weird. And then before her like creepy husband died, her and Brittany Murphy's mom like did a photo shoot where they looked like a married couple. That was just kind of weird. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but like Sloane Bella did a reading on Brittany Murphy where she said that Brittany Murphy was like, she was channeling her and she was sitting at a computer like researching, trying to expose something before her death. So that's kind of weird, right? And then Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy hang out a lot. And Ashton Kutcher has those ties to Thorn, which is all about helping, find people in the sex trafficking industry, and P. Diddy's connected to the sex trafficking industry. So I don't know, there's just a lot of things that are connecting that I'm not super comfortable with. But I don't know, just like, does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember that? Because Goldie does. Also, that VMA performance that Britney Spears did that was like kind of botched. Like her hair person didn't show up. Like Chris Angel, whoever she was supposed to perform with, didn't show up. And everything was just kind of got messed up. And they panned to the audience and everyone was having fun. But Diddy was sitting there just stone cold Steve Austin. And then she was placed in a conservatorship shortly after that. I don't know, like, does anyone remember this stuff? Like, it's just, I don't know.
As it turns out, Steve Harvey also has some explaining to do. For real.
Lady. undate her?
Yes! That cannot be true.
Sounds like someone's got Diddy issues. And by someone, we mean him. Because they actually look pretty happy.
Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
Shocking! For some reason. But yes, Diddy's now getting super cozy with Steve Harvey's daughter, who Diddy's son, Justin Combs, used to hang out with.
Justin were even that serious. They were just out in the club a couple times.
I think it's more interesting that Steve Harvey's there.
The number one most interesting thing about this photo is...
Diddy and his son are Eskimo brothers.
And to make it more interesting...
His son on this trip?
They were there. They're not in these pictures, but I think they left.
He is dating his son's ex-girlfriend when his son was there as well. But if his son's moved on, why not?
Puff has an unbelievably close relationship with all of his sons. I don't think it's something that he would do if it was a big, huge deal.
You like who you like. The exception to I like who I like is accept my son's exes.
So congrats, you two look really happy.
Oh, you think P. Diddy's a monster? He is. But wait till I show you how Steve Harvey pimped out his own daughter to P. Diddy and his son. It's gonna get dark and weird, so buckle up. Because this is not the family man that we all thought he was. In fact, Steve Harvey is probably the worst father in Hollywood. And it all connects to P. Diddy in those freak-off tapes. Pay attention. You see, Steve got 7 kids. 4 biological and 3 stepkids. However, there was one particular kid that Steve always treated so special. None other than Lori Harvey. He would always take her on father-daughter dates and vacations and all that. Oh, you thought it was because of love? Nah, it's more wicked than that. His twin girls, though, never received any special treatment. Not only did they not go on father-daughter dates, but Steve couldn't even attend their graduation. Now, some people say it's probably because they're not as beautiful as Lori, so they can't be as beneficial to Steve as Lori. But I digress. It wasn't just the daughters, though, that got ignored. He was a deadbeat dad to his son, Broderick, for the first 16 years of his life. Don't even get me started on his second son, Wynton. Steve literally got investigated by the police and CPS for beating Wynton so bad that he couldn't sit. I told you he was the worst father in Hollywood, but this is not even the worst part. It gets more wicked. Remember when Lori and Diddy started dating in 2019? For context, he was 49, she was 22. So how could the family man let this happen? Because he set it up, pay attention. See, according to sources, Lori wasn't a willing participant in all this. Steve allegedly forced her into Diddy's arms, seeing it as an opportunity to elevate the Harvey name. More disturbingly, Lori herself explained how she was being set up by Steve. She also said that not only was Steve a familiar face at the Diddy parties, but he was allegedly caught on tape doing some freaky stuff, if you know what I mean.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Diddy's queen is actually LeBron. LeBron got Diddy's name tattooed on his arm for a $100 million deal. At Diddy's party, LeBron was invited by Diddy to enter a mysterious room. This room is forbidden to bring any electronic devices and is full of hidden surveillance cameras. Diddy offered to buy LeBron's body for $100 million and film things that LeBron did not want to be made public. In order to protect his public image, LeBron asked Diddy not to make the video he filmed public. Diddy agreed and asked LeBron to be his toy. Since then, LeBron has said that Diddy's party is the best party in the world. Even at a concert, 50 Cent mentioned, "This is why I don't go to Diddy's party, because these people always want to hug you from the front and back." With the news of Diddy's arrest, LeBron realized that he had to take action to rescue this former ally. He didn't want more scandals to be exposed because this might further damage his image. After all, the current #1 on the list has given him a headache. This has led to people wondering if he is an accomplice of P. Diddy.
I ain't confused. I ain't on that shit. That nigga tried to kill me for real. I just fucking got out of that shit. I've been missing for almost like 2 years. I didn't even know where the fuck I was at. I do not fuck with LeBron James. That nigga's a trafficker, my nigga. That nigga is a trafficker. He is a fucking trafficker. He trafficked women in real time. That nigga stole all my money out of my bank account.
This next one's going to be a real shocker to some of you. But they say that you can't be at this level unless you're part of the club. So according to Ariel, Denzel Washington, this will not cut it. Didn't we speak about the PR campaigns? Didn't we speak about celebrities trying to settle behind the scenes? Didn't we speak about celebrities trying to bribe for silence? D. Washington is trying to get ahead of what's coming, but this little stunt will not buffer out any justice, whether social or legal, from coming down on them like the wrath of God. And Ali Carter backs him up.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie, socks, and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was butt naked, he had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it? In front of children. Funny, because he sure portrays himself to be holier than thou.
Well, so a lot of them do.
I think you also told me that one of those men have a birthmark.
Left thigh.
So one of those men have a birthmark on their left thigh.
Yep.
Did you have sexual interactions with Diddy?
Yep.
Denzel? And I know we don't tell on Denzel. You might not tell on Denzel, but your mama gonna tell on every fucking buddy. I ain't keeping no secrets. Denzel?
Yep.
Birdman? Did Birdman promise you things?
So much. Like what he promised Lil Wayne at a young age. Because we shared the system together. Shared birthday together too.
Honestly, I saw it just the way I saw Naomi Campbell's vagina. It was not, I didn't ask for it. I did not want that, sir.
You know Denzel's family.
Literally. I do not want green eggs and ham.
Literally Denzel's family.
I'm sorry.
I told you about my great-great-great-grandma.
I know, but I'm sorry. I've seen your great-great-great cousin's penis on 2 occasions in my life. And it was nice. Not better than you, but it was nice. But what I will say is, Lady Bridget says, "Oh, DZ." But what I will say about Denzel Washington's manhood is that it was mostly on a professional basis.
Like Ron Jeremy professional?
Okay, so you remember I told you I pretty much lived at the Mondrian in the early 2000s when I was in LA. Until I moved to another hotel that didn't try to turn me into a drug addict and make me a witness to SA crimes. Now, a lot of people don't know, but Denzel, for a large part of his career, was a raging cocaine head. It's true. And I can say that because I know he snorted with my uncle. But what I will say is that he was always very discreet and very professional. Now Denzel, before he would do a big movie role, oh, this is T. Matter of fact, somebody put up my cash app.
We're not gonna have any Denzel slander. That's family.
There's no Denzel slander.
No. You just get to the point, and we gonna cut it with Denzel.
Before
That's family.
He would go into a big role, he would exorcise his demons.
Okay,
He would check into a hotel and he would work it out for a week or two.
Okay. So, no disrespect to family. We'll talk about it on Jaguar Right Uncensored. How about that?
What do you mean, no disrespect to family?
Because I got questions.
No, because the Mondrian came to me and asked me if I wanted to move my hotel room. And they were going to give me a suite that was $2,000 more than the suite I was already paying for. And I thought it was a scam. And they said, Mr. Washington is booking out the floor. Your room is the only room left, ma'am. We will give you one of the top suites and you move into there for no extra charge. I didn't believe them because them pussies fucked with my bill all the time. So I said, no, I don't care what it is. I'm staying. I wish I had left because I spent the rest of the week with your family.
So we'll talk.
And every prostitute
we'll talk about him later.
he hired
We'll talk.
that I had to say, Denny.
No.
Fucking weird white bitches.
No, that's family. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
Jaguar Right Uncensored.
I'm telling you.
Jaguar Right Uncensored. We'll talk about it.
If all that wasn't enough, the Kardashians are neck deep in this stuff too.
Nope, I said Kim K and I meant Kim K. But I'm going to spin the block on that video that I did a while ago, back in May, I believe, so you can see what I'm talking about. But just know Kim's hands are not clean. You just have to follow along because this is kind of, the explanation is kind of a little bit long.
Y'all been tapping up the screen all morning, waking me up to say, hold up, but let me run the clip.
Hi, Gypsy. Hi. Welcome back to season 5.
I start speaking my stuff. Let's just say all of this is alleged and for educational purposes only. Child, we know birds of a feather flock together. And have we heard of the whole P. Diddy debacle with Miss Kim? Well, one thing some people don't know is 24 hours before the raid, Kim unfollowed Diddy, which is one of the few people Kim Kardashian has been following. Kim is allegedly Diddy's accomplice. But before we go any further, doesn't this sound very familiar? These two in this video seem both very scandalous. Just hang on. Oh, hang on there. I got some tea. Kim and Kardashian were trying to Michael Jackson Kanye with the whole trying to get a conservatorship on him. Diddy has been leaking everything because he's trying to carry Kim Kardashian right along with him to the big house, you know. And I believe this clip was about prison reform, and I guess she's trying to reform before she goes back to the big house, or goes to the big house for the first time. Now, of course, everything said in this video is alleged, honey, and you take it for whatever way you want to take it. Kim Kardashian is caught up in a whirlwind right now, honey. Word on the street is she's broke. And Kim allegedly stole $120,000 from Brandy, funneled through their money through their old store, and Brandy and Ray J settled outside of court. But Brandy's mother did have an open case against Kim, but Brandy and Ray J were able to get them to sort it out outside. Now, she also had a sugar daddy who has been caught up in money laundering. This is a while ago, but this all just shows who she is as a person. This sounds very gypsyish, doesn't it? And Kim Jenner set up a nonprofit church, funneling the Kardashian money for nonprofit, using it as a tax write-off, and funneling it back to them. It sounds like a woman after Gypsy's very own heart, right? I don't know. You tell me. Hang in there. I got some more tea. Allegedly, Kim Kardashian was in a crypto scheme and ended up paying $100 million back. $48 million in debt currently. And her family can't help her because it's said that they're all knee-deep in debt. Kanye isn't going to help Kim Kardashian. The only thing he's doing is focusing on co-parenting. And he's just worried about his new wife. And Kim is acting like she has dementia when it comes to Diddy. But she is definitely an accomplice of his. This is alleged, though. It's all alleged. Kim was allegedly said to be a madam in the scandal of Diddy. And they were thicker than thieves, all alleged. And Kim is buddy-buddy with Lou Taylor, which had a lot to do with the Britney conservatorship. Lou Taylor is the mastermind behind Britney Spears' conservatorship. And Lou Taylor allegedly is paying off some of Diddy's victims through some of the church's slush funds. Lou Taylor is the owner of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. And yo, I want to roll this clip real quick for y'all to see this too.
Post with conditions they don't actually and pocket their hard-earned cash. But here's where the story takes a truly jaw-dropping turn. Enter Kanye West, dropping bombshell hints about this whole mess not too long ago. Yep, you heard that right. Allegedly, Kim and Diddy were the puppet masters behind the scenes, attempting to pull off the same stunt on Kanye. But Kanye wasn't about to let them run roughshod over him. Nah, he dug in his heels and their little scheme went up in smoke.
And look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though. Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look, they would have Michael Jackson or worse, yeah. So I guess what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain.
Hold on to your seats because this Hollywood drama just took a turn for the even wilder. Brace yourself. Britney Spears herself has stepped forward, alleging she was fed the same misdiagnosis spiel before being thrust into a conservatorship. And who's she pointing the finger at? None other than her own parents and, wait for it, Lou Taylor. But here's where it goes from wild to downright mind-blowing. Rumor has it that the Kardashians allegedly pocketed a staggering $600 million from Britney's conservatorship. Fans started raising eyebrows when Kim's net worth suddenly shot up by $600 million overnight. And even though she tried to attribute it to Skims, people weren't buying it. Someone wrote, if you're Lou Taylor and you need to hide $600 million, would Kim's estate be a logical place to try and hide it? But that's not all, because they also pointed out how Kylie Jenner also sold half of her makeup company, Kylie Cosmetics, for a very familiar price. The fan explained, if you're following the conspiracy, that means the money could have went from Britney's trust to Stonebridge to Panama back into the US through Kim's trust and over to Kylie Jenner. Lou Taylor, the mastermind orchestrating Kim's financial dealings, finds herself entangled in a complex web of connections. Not only does she oversee Kim's finances, but she's also intertwined with Kris Jenner's church, allegedly channeling funds to Diddy's purported victims through Kim. It's like peeling back layers of a twisted onion, and we're only scratching the surface. But hang on to your hats, because here comes the biggest bombshell yet. If we've managed to piece together this puzzle, just imagine what secrets the feds might be unearthing. Word on the street is, Kim's poised to find herself smack dab in the middle of the RICO charges looming over Diddy. Yep, you heard it right. It's like watching a Hollywood blockbuster unfold before our very eyes. At this rate, Diddy might just bring down half the industry with him. As for the Kardashian clan, well, let's just say their empire could be on shaky ground. Reports suggest Kim is in full-on panic mode over this exposure, fully aware she's in deep trouble. Fans are shook by this, and they commented, wow, nothing surprises me with the Kardashians. That young lady speaking on that video certainly had a lot of incriminating information. Kim's time is up. She's losing business with Hulu and other. Depending on the outcome of the trials with Diddy will determine whether she can still be on TV or make endorsements or get endorsements. She is on borrowed time right now. Emmy thinks she will go down with Diddy, and that will be that. And the jails won't have enough space to hold all of these evil people.
Child, these Diddy parties at the prison gonna be something else, cause he ain't gonna stop. What they say, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if J-Lo did get caught up. But one thing I will say, too, is you notice everybody that was getting ready to release a book that Diddy was affiliated with, including Kim Porter, what happened? They passed away suddenly. I'm telling you, there's going to be some other things coming up. Other people's hands that are getting caught up. Now, look, I heard alleged Jay-Z and Beyonce may get caught up in it. I don't know how true that is. I mean, you know, they all from the same hood. Well, Jay-Z from New York, right? You got to think, back in the 90s, early 2000s, they were the it people because Biggie wasn't there. We gonna see some things unfold, and child, like she said, there's gonna be so many people locked up. The feds ain't gonna have space for all these celebrities. Hell, it's basically gonna be the BET Awards in the feds. But this is all alleged, time.
And the one who supposedly groomed Diddy is none other than Clive Davis himself. And let me just say that Clive has buried a lot of skeletons. Jaguar calls him the most evil man she's ever met.
The worst celebrity like that you've been around and is like the most full of sin? I know no sin is greater, but like just was like, damn, this
Clive Davis. Devil incarnate. Clive Davis. He Janis Joplin. He blackmailed Betty Wright so she wouldn't tell anybody that he Janis Joplin. He killed Whitney Houston.
Recently, Ellen DeGeneres was asked about Diddy. She didn't want to say that. It's amazing how celebrities with opinions on everything don't want to say a word about Diddy, isn't it?
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times. Have a good night. Have you been to his parties?
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up to
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. No, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music.
And I wonder if anyone has tried to get at Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
And speaking of Leo DiCaprio, do you all remember a few months back when old Leo here had to testify? In April 2023, we also found out that Pras Michelle of the Fugees was an FBI informant during Leonardo's testimony against Barack Obama, trying to launder $30 million to China through Michelle. You remember all this?
Here I come, you can't hide. Court sketches are the only images of Leo taking the stand in D.C. at the federal money laundering trial of Fugees founding member Pras Michelle.
Ready or not, refuge, take it over.
And unlike these animated big screen Leo scenes,
the defendant is in fact lying.
You have called me a liar, sir. The Oscar winner was apparently killing them softly with his 1 hour long testimony. At one point, the judge asked Leo to speak up. So why was Leo called to the stand? Pras is accused of accepting money from fugitive billionaire Joe Lowe to influence the 2012 re-election campaign of President Barack Obama. Lowe and Leo are connected because Lowe initially financed part of the 2013 film The Wolf of Wall Street with money allegedly stolen from the Malaysian government. Producers later repaid the $60 million investment. Leo has never been accused of any wrongdoing.
Millions of dollars to be made available for restitution.
Other potential witnesses that could be called to the stand include Britney Spears, Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, and Mark Wahlberg. As for Leo's personal...
But we know how close Diddy is with all them Democrats, right? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't have to do this. But this is part of what is important about giving back.
Since we applaud you, and I want to apologize for not sweating, but I do this so much. I'm so cool. I just want y'all to see everybody I'm interviewing is sweating. I'm not even touching my brow. I'm so cool, and I want to apologize. I ain't trying to make you look bad or nothing like that, but I'm just so cool. We
a t-shirt. I tell you, if he was wearing one of those fancy designer clothes he's designing, he'd be sweating just like me.
We're not going to get into sophisticated politics. We're going to talk about a problem that we have in young America. Young Americans being disenfranchised. Only 36% of us have voted. And I wanted you to speak. You're one of the few politicians that young people relate to. And we wanted to just hear the message on why you feel it's important for them to vote this year. Young people that, and please talk to the people that are disenfranchised, that don't believe in the power of their vote.
Well, I really think that this year more than any other, young people have their entire futures at stake. You know, do I want to wake up in 5 years and, you know, have more violence in the streets than we do now, more homelessness, more people out of work, you know, kids not even having a chance to get educated, hospitals closing down? This is a direct impact on their lives, and I believe your slogan, vote or die, is accurate.
I don't want to break anybody's bubble or anything like that, but you know, the rumor is that Kamala Harris is into this too. You know, could Diddy's freak-offs cast a shadow on Kamala Harris's campaign? Well, the rumor is, I mean, according to this post, Diddy says his relationship with her has always been a physical one. Kamala was a participant at no less than 9 freak-offs. He has the videos of which she is in with at least 14 other men and women over the years. Diddy says there is more footage. His team is just trying to gather it all up. They have been offered upwards of $15 million for the videos. She is the VP of America and she owes me. Get me out of jail. Kamala, states Diddy on 10/11/24. Allegedly, right? But the rumors also behind the scenes is that that's why all these people hate Trump so much, because he's been going after them.
Trump gets elected, I really do believe in my heart there'll be a race war. That's why this message is not just to black people. You know what I'm saying? This message is to everybody. This man is really trying to turn us against each other and put us in a situation.
So, who's going down with Diddy? Did I leave anybody out? You know, we got, you know, all sorts of people. Ashton Kutcher, Denzel Washington, you know, we're talking Usher. I didn't even get into Usher and Jay-Z, really, right?
Oh, you put that thing on the you see how we do it here on the Saturday. Just with us,
I mean, like, those are the most obvious ones, I suppose.
An industry whistleblower has confirmed that Jay-Z and Beyonce have trafficked children across state lines to be delivered to Diddy amid other crimes that must be exposed.
I seen some wild stuff that still messes with my head. Those two ain't just your average celebrities. These folks got a dark side that nobody dares talk about. I watched them take out other stars who were a threat to their shine. This been going on for years, and they don't hesitate to hurt innocent family members and even kids who happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. There was this one time I was at a party they threw, and the vibe was off. They had this strange fascination with all things forbidden, talking about Aleister Crowley, sex magic and cannibalism and shit, and how they believed it was part of their rise to fame. At one point, they were all discussing their favorite snuff movies they made. They even joked about doing things that made my stomach turn, like making feasts of dead babies with the idea of consuming the energy of their success. It felt like they were playing with fire, and I didn't want to stick around to see how deep that rabbit hole went. From what I heard, later it wasn't really a joke at all. In one meeting, they was talking about how they smuggle children across state lines. They made it sound so easy, like it was just another day at the office. They think it's goddamn funny. They really think they untouchable. It was all part of a plan to deliver those kids to Diddy, who they claimed had some special connections. Just think about that. Innocent kids being transported like some kind of goods, all for whatever purpose they had in mind. Man, it gave me chills just listening to it. They believe they gotta do whatever it takes to stay on top, and that means sacrifices and all sorts of craziness that would make your head spin. This couple needs to be exposed, not just for the innocent lives they've ruined, but for all of us who love music and know it's supposed to uplift us. The truth about their rise to fame gotta come out so people can see what really goes on behind the scenes.
The people that are attached to Diddy and that are pulling the strings, one of them is Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about
and one
that.
of them is Jay-Z. Now, very interesting. Anytime you watch the Grammys, every single woman artist, they always thank Beyonce. Every damn time. From Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, Adele,
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Lizzo. But why? So theory goes that way back when Aaliyah, one of the biggest hip-hop artists back in the day, she was on the rise at the same time as Beyonce. But who was in power at the time? Obviously Jay-Z and Beyonce. And as we know, Diddy, theory goes that they decided to take out Aaliyah because she was such a competition to Beyonce to be #1. And she really was. She was about to outshine her, right? Now check this out. There's another artist
Is
that
it the
died.
one with the swoop? I
Yeah,
forgot her
Left
name.
Eye.
Left Eye,
Yo,
Left
check this
Eye.
out. This is what's crazy, right? Aaliyah, Left Eye, and Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. All three of them, they died on the 25th day of the month. Aaliyah died on August 25th. Left Eye died April 25th. Michael Jackson died June 25th. All three of these celebrities, people are saying they were lined up and taken out by the string pullers, which are who? Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy. Now, somebody exposed it though, and it's an artist we all know, fam. It's a popular rapper we all know and love.
Oh, yay.
No. What? J. Cole.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
5 celebrities who have fled the U.S. after P. Diddy's arrest. Number 5, Leonardo DiCaprio. He's been in Europe for a while now, taking extended vacations in France and Italy. He seems to have a sixth sense about P. Diddy's troubles because he hasn't set foot in the U.S. since the scandal broke. Number 4, Usher. Fresh off a recent concert, Usher was spotted at the airport. Some say he went to England or France. Either way, he's keeping a low profile abroad while keeping his music career alive. Number 3, Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo has reportedly fled to Italy after canceling several tour dates. She has hinted that she would live there if the time came, and it seems she may have seized the moment to escape the chaos of America. Number 2, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Rumor has it that the celebrity couple may perform at Kanye's audition event in China. Jay-Z seems to be pulling Beyonce out of the American spotlight for a while, though this has not been officially confirmed. Number 1, Kanye West. Kanye has left the U.S. to hold an audition in China. It looks like he's using the opportunity to distance himself from any potential repercussions related to Diddy's arrest while embracing his unpredictable global move.
But what's going on? Is it going to go down, or are they going to hide the whole thing under the rug, sweep it up under the rug, and maybe we'll get another Epstein situation, huh?
You see that the Diddy case is already getting covered up? There's already corruption. There's already attorneys wondering why the victims are not getting their information out. There's already attorneys running why shit is getting covered up. Look it up. Go ahead and look it up. Already there's cover-ups happening. I told you that. That case is about to get shut down. Everything is about to go under the rug. The same way Ghislaine Maxwell's case went under the rug. The same way nobody's talking about Ghislaine's case anymore, like it didn't even happen. The same way we're not even talking about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was the John. Ghislaine Maxwell was the supplier. Who else do you think that she sold kids to? Remember how I told you Johns, traffickers, pimps, all different, okay? Epstein was the one who said, I want a 6-year-old. I want a 9-year-old. I want a 12-year-old. Ghislaine is the one who said, I know where to find that 6-year-old, 9-year-old, and 12-year-old. I will sell them to you. Epstein had parties where he invited multiple people to come and take part, and who he brought. Who else did she sell kids to? You see how that just got covered up? Shut down, quiet, nothing, nothing, done. What happened to her victims on that case? There were multiple victims that threw into that case. What do you think happened to them? Do you think they got silenced? Do you think they're okay? Do you think they're safe? Do you think their information is safe? Do you think their information was heard? Because did you hear it? No. Because are we still talking about it? No.
What do you guys think? All right. I'll catch you on part 2 so we can check out the victims. Like, and again, I don't want to digress again, but Kamala and Obama love, right? That's what they call it. You know what I'm saying? But okay. All right. Anyway, we're gonna keep that pushing. Back in 1982, Richard Pryor did a movie called The Toy. Now, in this movie, he dressed like this. And that should give you some context to what we were talking about earlier when Diddy called LeBron his toy.
And then I saw the other time I saw.
Moving on.
No, because I said I saw his penis twice. So the other time I saw your cousin's penis was on Broadway. Literally. When he did Julius Caesar. I had great seats, 6th row, center stage. He killed it. He brought Shakespeare to life for me that night. I'm telling you, boy.
Shakespeare?
And when he got up there and did that scene, and he had that thing, the little cloth on, and he jumped up. I don't even remember the line. I don't think nobody did. But his dick peeked out like Jamie Foxx and Django. And everybody was like,
The line was on camera.
On camera. Well, it wasn't on camera. It was Broadway. You paid good money for that show. I paid good money for those tickets.
No, you're not talking about them.
Those are $1,200 tickets. I deserve to see the people.
That's it. That's it. You're not talking about.
Put a 1 in the chat. If you feel as though, if you paid $1,200 to see Denzel Washington on Broadway, you deserve to see his peepers stuff. Put a 1 in the chat and $1,200 earns you a peek. And put a 2 in the chat if you think it was, not part of the ticket price. And it looked good. I ain't gonna lie, he looked good. And that was after Training Day. He was a grown ass man. See, black don't crack. It doesn't crack. No Diddy. Jack. Glorious. You ain't gotta be straight to see the David in real life. You can appreciate the beauty and the art of the human form. God said he created us in his own image. We worship God. But I digress. Yes, exactly. One. And it was lovely. It was worth every dollar. Best non-physical lap dance I've ever had. Fabulous. But he's your family?
Talk about something else.
Okay, we're gonna stop talking about Denzel Washington's amazing penis right now. Still not better than yours. How about that? He got cut short on the family tree. I got lucky. I got me a preview.
Don't high five me. Go to the next topic. Shit.